All right, everyone, welcome back here to game number 2 now between Hex on the Legion side and Donkey Kong on the Hellborn side. We saw Hex take game number 1 with a tricore lineup, we'll call it, with the Gemini Puppet and Tempest draft, executing very, very well against that single core Oogie lineup. Game number 2 now underway. We got the blind bands. We have Puppet Master, Ophelia, and Sandraith going to be blind banned here by Hex. So the Puppet Master banned away was picked up on the first pick by Hex in that first game. The Ophelia was blind banned as well. The Sandraith, I believe, made it to the second wave of bans, so he will get banned out here. Excuse me, in the blind bands. We have Draconis, Kinesis, and Lord Sulphurus. So Donkey Kong sticking to their same 3 bands. They have not changed anything up from game number 1. We're going to see a first pick of Solstice come out here from Hex. So they will be running another jungling lineup, more likely than not. There is the possibility, just like the Tempest, that we could see him, the Solstice being him in a lane. But I think the jungle is the most common option that we should be likely to see, as Solstice can get he can get like around level 8 or 8.5 by that 6-minute mark, where the clock strikes nighttime, where that's when Solstice starts to become a nuisance as he roams around the map, setting up those ganks with the fear from the lunar judgment and the uh, I forget what the charge is called at nighttime, but you get the idea. We're gonna actually see a first pick Kronos come out here from Donkey Kong. So again, we're gonna see carries being picked up in the first wave of picks. They get rid of that hard counter, or not so much get rid of, but they take away the option from Hex to pick up a Moira to counter that Kronos ultimate with that Arcane Vortex. So they pick up the Kronos with the Moira. Um, so we see a Cersei and a Magnus picked up here from Hex. So they're gonna go with, if we can't counter Kronos, we're gonna have Kronos ourselves. And you know what? I'm not gonna say I'm too sad about that. We're gonna see lots of Chronospheres around around the team fights. So everything's gonna be frozen left and right. It's gonna be a hell of a time. So they have their own Chronosphere with Solstice Ultimate combination if they so choose to grab that Kronos, and then they have that Magnus, very versatile laner and team fighter, um, picked up here in the first wave. So we see the second wave of bans already done. Calamity, Switchblade, and Gemini. So this time they address one of Fa's heroes, the Gemini, as they picked that one up in game number 1. The Switchblade and the Calamity. Um, Calamity targeted at Snooki, and the Switchblade targeted at Fa. So a lot of those secondary, or those scaling core laning heroes banned out here from Donkey Kong. We have Hag, Wretched Hag, Bombardier, and Alonia banned out from the side of Hex. So the 3 bans here are very synergistic with the Chronos ultimate. They get rid of those heavy farming, wave clearing mid lane heroes that can team fight very, very well. Heroes that they would pick up for Probusk. So that is the reasoning behind those bans. We don't see a whole lot of Alonia, but with a Chronos, it could make a lot of sense. Now, I'm sure there are still some heroes that Donkey Kong has up their sleeves for that Chronos Ultimate. So we'll have to wait and see what they pick up. But right out the gates, we have the Accursed and the Slither picked up. We saw Donkey Kong run a Slither um, in their Scrim series last week, or maybe it was like a week and a half ago now, but they did run a Slither and they actually had success with that Slither. So they're going to try it out here. We'll most likely see the Accursed with the Slither in the long lane, as he is more or less a babysitter for aggressive laning heroes. And then we will now see the Gladiator with the Engineer picked up. So This is a different style lineup coming out from Hex. They're going to go for a more early game centered draft here. And this looks like it's going to be a position 1 Gladiator. Position 1 Gladiator is something I have never really been a fan of. It's something that I tried with my old team in Complexity a long, long time ago, and it didn't really work out super well. Now, with that being said, the meta was a lot different back then. We might see something like a Mock of Brilliance on the Gladiator, and he might build into more of this tanky team fighter rather than a uh, one-shot or one-trick pony style of build with the Cleaver, Shroud, Crit style of build, or however you would build a position 1 Gladiator. I think we'll see more of that mock into tanking up and just being a nuisance in team fights kind of Gladiator, as they do have a lot of team fighters built around that. They swapped the Engineer to Zanuki. Is that going to be a mid lane? No, I don't think so. I think that's going to be a jungling Solstice from Zanuki. So the last pick will go to Donkey Kong. They will pick up a Pyromancer. So it looks like that will be a Pyromancer mid lane. And I don't know if I've seen Busk play Pyro before, but I'm going to be pretty interested to see how he does. They pick up another, like we're going to see this as a core Pyromancer here, with the plan that they want to get a lot of farm on him, and he'll be one-shotting people with the combo with the Blazing Strike. It is not the best hero that could go with a Chronos, but he does have some AoE with the Dragonfire and the Phoenix Wave combo. But they did do a good job of banning out those heroes that would have synergized very well. Specifically the Bombardier and the Hag. I feel like those are two of the better ones. And I think it was very likely that, knowing Busk, he would play a Wretched Hag. So, gonna be interested to see how he does in the Pyromancer. It looks like they're going to actually be doing a laning Solstice. So short lane Solstice with Cersei. Looks like we're gonna have Gladiator mid with Engineer and Magnus dual off lane. Okay, so they're throwing me off a little bit here. They're expecting to get a good start here on the Solstice. I'm not sure what items we're gonna see from him, but I think it is possible we could see some kind of a semi-carry scaling kind of build with something like a Dawnbringer, perhaps. I don't know if he can get away with an Elder Parasite this game, but we might see something like an Elder Shrunken combination on the Solstice. I'll have to wait and see how Zanuki goes and builds that carries Solstice, but this is something that throughout Han's history we have seen from time to time. We have seen farming Solstice. This goes way back to like 2012, long time ago. But gonna be interested to see how it ends up working out. So mid lane, we end up seeing Gladi versus Pyro. I think this is a pretty even matchup. We see a lot of lane harass from Gladiator and a lot of nuking and wave clearing power from the side of Pyromancer. We have NG Mag against Kronos and Moira. I do think this lane is a little favored toward NG Mag, but again, with the nerfs to Engineer in the last patch, I'm not really sure how strong Engineer is, so I'm going to be interested to see how they do. That was a nice keg on the Moira, knocking him backward, and they actually almost kill the Kronos level 1, so that just goes to show you the burst power that they have, and once they get some levels, that Kronos is going to really be feeling the heat from the combos there from Engineer Magnus. Cersei and Solstice are going up against that Accursed and Slither lane. So, Accursed, going to be very powerful here against removing the Entrapment as well as the Blinding Rush stun. Now, with that being said, the stun does not last very long. It's about 1.5 seconds at all levels. But I think going to be a little bit more useful at removing the Entrapment. Here comes the stun, there's the shield. The entrapment will still go down though, as the shield did not remove that one. And the Bloodlust kill with the auto attacks from Solstice will still land onto the Slither. So they take advantage of being level 2 there on the Solstice. The level 1 Slither and Accursed not able to hold their ground strong enough. Mid lane we have a 9-2 Gladi against 10-2 Pyro, so pretty even so far. So we see the rune will spawn invisibility here. I think Pyro is looking to get that one. And he decides that he should have vision of that one, I believe. He sees the invisibility. So he will go for that. Solstice is going to get denied here, so they tick him down with that Slither dots. This is one of the big weaknesses of Slither. It's very easy to lose kills, as denies can happen, but this should be a second kill here on this Cersei. So now that they hit the level 2s, they start to bring the lane back with some harass power with the toxicity and the heal from Curse. Comes the Shards of Harkon. Magnus will steam bath it, and they're looking to turn it around with the combo here from the Lava Surge into the Keg. He is leveling Spider Mines on the Engineer. They're going for the burst damage route. Engineer expecting there to be a rune ward, but we actually have a lane ward coming out here from Bunny. Entrapment will land here on the Slither. Blinding Rush, he has the range. A Curse, is he going to get here in time? There's the shield and the Cauterize. Solstice will throw out some auto attacks, but he will be forced to fall back. So mid lane continues to be in control of Pyromancer here. Both heroes are out of bottles. Engineer will fall. Kronos, he's holding his ground. Who's going to fall? Here comes the Shards of Harkon. Magnus will fall. So they get the 2 kills here. Kronos and Moira picking up essentially a double tap onto Engineer and Magnus. Four-minute rune will spawn. Double damage for Pyromancer. How did Gladiator get his bottle refilled? Did I miss something? I could have swore his bottle was just empty. Something happened that I am not aware of. Double damage rune on the Pyro. Showdown will happen here. Is this going to be a kill? Oh yes, it will be. The damage from the right clicks of Pyro is going to be enough. Pyro has enough mana for here comes the Keg. It's going to give him some power supply charges now. I don't know if Bus can turn this. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, I miss another kill. So there does go down. Cersei getting quite low, but they're going to both be fine. I was wondering if Busk would turn around and try to mana, but only with 6 power supply charges, didn't have enough mana. So Kronos, he's on to 68 GPM. Solstice, though, I believe did he get the Bloodlust? He did, so he is 460 gold per minute with 34 lasted, so he is farming insanely well to start here in game number 2. Slither on 16 and 1, so this lane being heavily won in creep farm by Legion. But Pyro and Gladi are going at it with 36 creep kills apiece. Top lane we have action here as the combos are down. Moira is going for a kill here on the Magnus. Kronos will leap in, but he misses the leap, and that will turn the Lava Surge from the Magnus. He lines up a double tap for Engineer, and that is the reverse of what happened earlier. And now Hex will take a pretty large lead with those 2 kills. They are almost on a 2,000 gold lead now. And that is due to having 3 players above 300 gold per minute, whereas we only see the Pyromancer on 400 gold per minute. I missed who got the 6-minute rune. Looks like Pyro has a haste. So Pyro has done an excellent job of getting the rune control this game. He's gotten all 3 of the first runes. And that is due to being able to clean the creep waves much quicker than the Gladiator can. So we are now at nighttime. Solstice is now hitting the level 6. He's going to try to line up a Lunar Judgment, but I think they are pretty aware that something is up. You know, they don't see him farming, so you can tell by the way they're playing. Solstice is going to charge in here on the Slither. He's going to throw out some harass. He's going to go for a TP. Actually, TP's to base. Okay, that is interesting. He's going to Paya Veiled Raw. It looks like he wants to set up a gank somewhere else. Possibly on that Pyromancer. They do force out the Haste Rune from Pyro. He's going to go into the jungle. It's like Snooky's going to run into him here. He's going to throw out the Fear from the Lunar Judgment. I don't think this is going to be enough for a kill. Comes the TP in. It will be cancelled immediately. In the top lane, Kronos gets taken down very low. Here comes a stun from Pyro, the Blazing Strike. The tower starts hitting Gladiator. Nice juke on the Pitfall. There's the boulder from Gladiator, but it will not matter. Just too much damage coming in from the Pyromancer. And this is a completely different game here from game number 2. Kegstun will connect. This could be a kill on the Pyro. The Mindus hit. There's the crit on the third hit from the Solstice. Kronos will leap in here on the Engineer. There's a nice bash coming in. One more auto attack and boom, Engineer will fall. Solstice gonna man up here on the Kronos, but nothing further will happen. Bot lane, Slither has gotten a lot of space to recover with Solstice roaming around the map. And now Gladiator will port down here. Here comes a Pitfall. Cersei will use the ultimate there to take him over. He's gonna go for the port out. But there's the showdown. Slither will have to hold his ground here. Will he get any more support here from a curse? No, he will fall. And now Cersei, he's out with the entrapment. But Gladiator is not here. He's farming the creeps. Gladiator missing out on an opportunity. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Kronos falls to NG Magnus combo. No eruption was used. So I think he just got caught low, as Moira was not able to help him out there. Pyro is going to hit the stun here on the Solstice. Moira coming in for the support, and that will be enough for a kill. So Pyromancer continues to do very, very well, but the rest of his team struggling quite a lot. Nobody over 250 gold per minute, whereas we still continue to see 3 players over 300 gold per minute on the side of Hex. Even the support's doing decently well. We got 200 GPM on the Cersei. It's level 7. It's got the maxed out entrapment, which 3.5 seconds of immobilize. Looks like Pyro is going to go for a portal key. He's saving up a lot of gold here. Bottom lane, we see the entrapment into the Shadow Dash. Curse can't really get away from that. So he goes down. They might have even baited out the shield. I missed it initially, but they have enough damage to bring down a Cursed. He's only got the red boots and only level 5. Top lane, we see Kronos die once again. The port from Slither did happen here, but Magnus, I think he's just going to be fine. He's going to pour it out in the trees, and he will survive. So Kronos now falls for the 3rd time this game. That is a Gladiator illusion. The real one is farming the jungle. Top lane. This looks funny. Magnus is in the trees here. Got 3 players up here from Donkey Kong. Oh, here comes the eruption into the keg. That's a beautiful arcane vortex. He forgot to put the shards of Harkon on himself though. They're going to come out into the energy field, and here comes Kronos with a leap. He spares them both. The team support is here. There's 4 players here. This will most likely be a kill on the Magnus. He power supplies. He does stun both. Here comes the keg from Dude. They get the 1 kill, but Kronos does survive as Probusk ports in on the Pyro, and they bring 5 players up here. And they do get the kills onto both Engineer and Magnus. So 5-player rotation. They do get 1 kill on the Moira. They almost got the Kronos kill. It was so close. And if they got that kill, that would have been insane to have made Donkey Kong rotate 5 players to go for an even exchange. But they end up getting 1 for 2. Now, meanwhile, Gladiator takes out the mid tower. So you could argue rotating 5 players up here was definitely not worth it. As it does come at a cost of their tower. Now, Pyro does have his portal key. So again, he's farming almost 500 gold per minute. But Gladiator's not doing all that bad. He's still got 400. So he's doing... Oh, I missed a kill up in the top lane. So they're sticking around, getting caught by the NG Mag. Oh, that's a whiff. Solstice does pick up an Elder Parasite, so... I did guess correctly. We're going to see a takeover from Cersei here on the Moira. He's going to Mana Sunder Moira. Did he already use it? He already used his Shards of Harkon, it looks like. Gladiator with the Soul Trap. That should be a kill. Oh, but now Kronos is here. He's going to Arcane Vortex. And I don't know if he's going to transform into the Cersei again. There it is. There's a shield on the Kronos, though, but it's not going to explode right away. He's going to juke in the trees. Keg away from Engineer. Leap away from Kronos, and now Magma stuns onto the Accursed. He does have his flame consumption, though. There's the Ding Ding Deleo, aka the energy field. The Curse will pop his flame consumption, and he will be just fine. So nobody ends up dying from this outside of Moira dying initially. Crazy team fight. Not a whole lot of casualties coming out from it. Solstice with 2,000 gold. I'm expecting a light brand or a firebrand. We might see a portal key, which isn't out of the question, but I am expecting a Dawnbringer. If he goes for portal key now, I think it means that they want to really take a lot of team fights. But if he goes for more of a farming item, okay, he's gonna go for the portal key. So they really want to. Oh, Pyro's coming down here. If he gets a little too crazy here and tries to farm it, he's going to blink in here with the... Oh my god, that damage was nutty. He just melted the Pyro. That was 1,000. I guess that was with the help of Cersei. But Pyro just died in a flat, like, 2 seconds. And that was their most farmed hero, so that's 400 gold going the way of Cersei. We'll see if Cersei picks up a tablet, a portal key, a mana ring, something with his 1,000 gold. Here comes a rock! And boom! Slither gets killed by the rock. That's when you play rock, paper, scissors, and the outcome is rock. Or maybe he got rock bottomed. Okay, that's enough rock buns. Magnus has a portal key. Whoa, there's so much farm on the side of Hex. That's a 15-minute portal key. Ozlef has almost 400 gold per minute on the Magnus. They have won this lane very handedly. Here comes the stun into the keg, into the mine. They're just going to throw out the hay rest, run away. Kronos is sad because now he's like, man, I can't farm anymore. And he's going to port on out because it's too risky. They're just going to give up this tower. I don't see them defending this. So Hex is in full control here. They're on a 12,000 golden experience lead. Here comes the showdown into the pitfall, into the rock. Magnus stun to secure that rock. Another rock bottom. Keg away. Engineer's gonna fall here. Here comes the sphere. There is still a blazing strike. Oh no, he doesn't have it for another 50 seconds. And Pyro is gonna chase here on the Magnus. One more hit. Boom. Double tap coming out for Busk on the Pyro. So Donkey Kong capitalizes in their jungle. They get 3 kills actually. They got the kill onto Cersei. Oh, where did Cersei die? I missed that. I think that's where the blazing strike went. That was prior to the fight in the jungle. Here comes an Arcane Vortex. Solstice could be in some trouble here. Shards of Archon stun gonna come out. He throws out the Breath of Soul, and Snooki fedded. He was feeling really confident there because he was farming like 600 gold per minute. But he does pick up a Firebrand, so I think now we'll see the Dawnbringer. Oh my god, a Curse taking so much damage, but he still has Flame Consumption. Kronos has Knuckles and a Glove of the Swift. This is not where you want to be if you're a Kronos at 18 minutes. Level 9 with 245 gold per minute. Magmus and NG in the area here. Swagmus trying to line up a stun eruption here. They see the Kronos here on the Ward of Sight. Here comes the eruption. Oh no, Ozef canceled his eruption. They didn't need it though. They had too much damage. The team support was here. They have another Lava Surge in 5 more seconds. Will they dive? I think it's too deep. Oh, the Mana Sunder comes out on the Magmus. Here comes the Rock! The Rock! The Rock! There's so many rock kills this game. Salsa solo killed. He solo killed Pyro. Okay. Lava Surge into entrapment. So there he's getting tossed around like a salad. A Curse doesn't have another heal up. Kronos is here with the sphere. The sphere wears off. Energy field is down. Here comes the Lunar Judgment. Boom! Moira dies to the energy field. They're going to get the kill on the Gladiator with the Pyromancer. That is actually the Cersei Pyromancer killing the Kronos. I think Donkey Kong, I don't know actually. I think this game is kind of spiraling out of control for Hex, but at the same time I don't think Donkey Kong is necessarily going to throw in the towel yet. But they have a portal key now on the Cersei. They are just so farm. They actually have a barrier idol on the Gladiator, so he did not go for Mach, but we might see a Mach as his next pickup. Keg away into entrapment. Both lines up on the Slither. There's the Curse Shield to wear it off. A nice deny coming in from Jim Carreyrou on that tier 2 tower. The mine wall here. I've never seen somebody mine like this. That's dude for you though. He mines like a wall. Blows up his mine and puts another one down. Oh! Boom, 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 boom! Oh! He could have Flame Consumption at the last second there, but... Ooh! Here comes the boom! Solstice now has a Searing Light. Ironically enough, he has a Strength Hero without the Ice Brand piece. So he actually farms slower with the Ice Brand. Ooh, the Rock is going to get avoided here by that Arcane Vortex. So there will be just fine. Magmus is here with Solstice. They're going to stun on the Slither. Here comes the Engineer with the Portal Key. Energy Field. Boom! He's going to take out the Moira. The Slither's going to get taken out to about half. He cannot use his Portal Key due to that Poison Burst. Slither's getting tossed around like crazy. There's the heals from the Accursed. I think he's not going to be tanky enough, though. I think they're going to get him. There's the Mortal Key with the Blinding Rush, or Shadow Dash, sorry. And they get 2 kills for nothing. There's no response from Donkey Kong. They just don't have the farm on their other cores. The Pyro is pretty farm, but he can't just blink into 5 people with 900 HP. He will leap and avoid the keg away. But yeah, Donkey Kong's really pinned into their base right now. They don't, like I said, they just don't have the farm that Hex has to really compete in these team fights, because they're losing by so much golden experience. Oh, he didn't showdown him. He should have showdowned him. Why no showdown? So, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot going. I think Kronos is getting close to his Thunderclaw, but I don't know what he has in his stash, to be honest. We got Pyro smoked, we got Magnus smoked and Invis. No, just smoked, not Invis. Oh, I think Pyro spotted Solstice out. Everyone's baiting creep waves left and right. We got Donkey Kong pretty much grouped up as 5 here. We got Hex spacing the map a lot better. We got Gladiator up here in the top lane. Solstice. Zanuki is the most patient person when it comes to waiting in trees. He will do this for like 3 minutes. He doesn't care. He will drop down in GPM by like 50 if it means getting a kill. The man has patience of steel. Oh, here comes a leap from Kronos. Energy field is down. Kronos has the shield on him from a curse. Here comes a boulder. Oh, but there's the beautifully timed Arcane Vortex to prevent the boulder. Stuns up to 2 here. Moira is in a pretty offensive position. He might fall. Magnus has a regen rune, but he's got the poison on him from Slither. Magnus will fall. He cannot use that regen rune, unfortunately. Solstice is now manning up. Oh, Solstice, he's gonna fall. This is a big fight coming in from Donkey Kong as they got the jump here. They get the legendary streak off of Solstice. They lose 4 players. And the Arcane Vortex blocking out the Chariot there from Gladiator. Big part of that team fight. Moira did die as well as Pyromancer, but I think that was a 3 for 2 fight. 1, 2, 3, no, 4 for 2 fight. So despite being in such a hole, they take a really, really good fight there. And if they can do that a couple more times, we could possibly see them shift a little momentum back in the game. But I think next in line for Solstice is Shrunken Head. Maybe it looks like we're going to see the Mock on Gladiator. He's saving up a lot of gold. I would be surprised if it's something else, but I think Mock, I think we're going to see Sword of the High picked up here. There it is. So barrier into Mock. Pretty traditional Gladiator build nowadays. Kronos, he's got his Elder Parasite picked up, so it was not a Thunderclaw. We might even just see Geobane as his next item. I think Null Fireblade is not quite as good here as the Geo would be. I think being able to remove the Circe's Twisted Visage is a big reason why we should see a Geometer's Bane and possibly a Shrunken Head on Kronos. We're going to see them attempting the Hellborn's Kongor here. This will be a Kongor steal if they can make it happen. Now, there's no vision from the side of Hellborn here, and this is dying very quickly. Solstice with the Elder Parasite tanking the Kongor here. Ooh! Tanks a boulder for Caster Wig. Thanks, Nookie. I know you did that one on purpose. Dude, getting the Kongor kill. Oh boy. So Cersei has begun cloning Solstice. The illusions with the passive critting stuff down. Pretty good at split pushing. We'll see what Cersei goes for next. Magnus has almost 5,000 gold, so I think he's building a sheepstick. Okay, he builds a Hellflower, close enough. Hellflower going to be really strong against the... Ooh. They got the burst there with the Lunar, with the Breath of Soul actually. It's like they caught him out with the stun combo between Solstice and Engineer. The Moira was not ready, I guess. That burst happened very quickly on the Chronos. So Slaske falls once again. It's now his 6th death of the game. Haven't really heard a lot from Pyromancer in the last like 10 minutes. He's been very, very quiet. He had a really good start to game number 2, but he's really slowed down. I think that's just due to Hex having a lot of portal keys. Oh no, another kill. This was a mine kill, looks like. Found him! File found the mines. He did Minesweeper. Minesweeper. So this will open up the second Kongor now. This would drop a token of life over to Hex, and they might be willing to put that on the Solstice or the Gladiator. He's saying, "Hello, team, take token." Okay, fine, I take token. He drops, I think it was a Chalice. I can't remember what he had, but I think it was a Chalice. Drops something. Something small and not too importante. We have Invis on the Magnus with the Hellflower now. Mock Gladiator. I think we'll see Gladiator bulk up some more. Maybe like a Frostfield plate or a Heart. Even a Rift Shards could be an option, or a Shroud, but I think we're going to see something along those lines. Chronos gets the sphere off, Energy Field is down, Engineer will die to Chronos. He's going to try to get the second kill on the Gladiator, but Chronos, he's getting taken over by the Cersei. Here comes the leap from the Cersei. He does fear only the Slither. And the tablet happens from a Cursed. Meanwhile, they lose Moira off to the side. Pyro got his Blazing Strike off. I think that's how they killed the Gladiator so quickly. And this was a 2-for-2 team fight. Now they still have a token on their Solstice. But sitting on about half life. Not sure if this is going to be a fight they want to force. Oh, there's the help. Hellflower on the Curse. That's going to be a quick kill. No Blazing Strike for another 30 seconds. And that could be some tower damage now. Oh, wow. That's a lot of damage coming in from the Poison Spray in the tower. Looks like Snooki's just going to die here. Alright, he's going to die out here, though. I don't think they can really follow this up. They might just reset now, as the respawners are very low still from Donkey Kong. They are not super high level. This is still mid-game. And, oh, we have a Lava Surge. Here comes another Breath of Soul, or Lunar Judgment. They're going to get the burst onto Chronos. He just dies so fast. They melted him with the jump. Here comes the jump. They're going to burst down Moira. Blazing Strike comes out onto Magnus. Magnus will fall. Barrier Idol comes out. I think Pyro just bought a sheep stick. Okay, so he has a sheep stick. And will they get the sheep on the target they're looking for? The rock! The rock! Single stun from Magnus. The sheep stick happens onto Magnus in the base. They do get the kill on the Slither. Magnus, I believe, bought back and died again. They do get the melee racks though. Kronos is now up with a sphere. And okay, Hex will back off. They got the Shrunken now on Solstice. Suki is dancing. They got a Bound Eye on a Cursed. Oh god, is this gonna be a burst? Oh, there's the sheep stick. He didn't get the Shrunken off. Oh, Snooki slipped up there. He's gonna pay for it with his life. He didn't get the Shrunken off before he portal keyed in. Oh, the Mind Trap on Moira. Woo! Allahu Akbar! Jade Spire on the Cersei. I don't know if I really like that. I think a tablet would be much better against the Chronos. To have a second one with the Engineer. Gladi with 3,000 gold. I think Frostfield play would be quite good here. Oh boy, Magnus is going to get one-shotted. Pyro with Sheepstick. What you gonna do about it? Dude has no fear. He doesn't even need to portal key out. Pyro looks like he's going for a Shrunken Head. Energy field is down. Kegstun hits onto 2. This is a good start. There's the Shrunken Head from Solstice. He does get sphered, but he's not dying that quickly. The burst is not followed up. There is the Arcane Vortex blocking out the Chariot from Gladiator again. Moira will go down to Solstice. The Shrunken is now worn off. Cersei ended up falling in the background. And, oh wow, Slither actually died as well. Everything's happening so quickly. Pyro falls as well. It's a double tap for Solstice. They're going to clean up their range racks now. With the double damage on the Gladiator. Pitfall, it's going to be avoided. Here comes the flame consumption from a curse. Will they look to dive? This is the question. Kronos is still up. We don't think that they should dive. They have Magnus coming from behind with the Hellflower. Oh, keg away. Kronos is so low. Engineer, did he sacrifice himself for the kill? Yes, he did. Magnus gets there with the stun. Even the Hellflower being used as well. There's the concede vote coming in from Donkey Kong. The GGs are called in game number 2. We'll go to Hex. This one, I don't want to say it was a bit dragged out, but it was very well executed from Hex from start to finish. They did very, very well in their laning phase. Most specifically top lane, the NG Magnus controlling the farm of the Chronos throughout all stages of the game. So Chronos was really not able to get his feet off the ground. He was sub 300 GPM, I think, throughout the whole game. Solstice, however, he farmed very well the first like 7 minutes of the laning phase in bottom lane. Then he started rotating around. And even with those rotations happening, the Slither was very, very far behind, I think, where he wanted to be in the bottom lane. So they didn't really get a whole lot of the accursed Slither lane from the side of Donkey Kong. The Pyromancer had a very, very good start, but once the portal keys started to get picked up by Hex, it really limited his solo kill potential. And Hex capitalizing throughout the mid games.